House before making plans for it, then you shouldn't build a website, an app, or a piece of software without wireframing its key pages and screens. Business owners, product managers, designers, and programmers all use Balsamiq to clarify, iterate, and communicate their user interface ideas. A simple but invaluable step which saves you from feature creep and from wasting a bunch of time and money coding the wrong thing. Balsamiq is the industry-leading solution for fast, approachable, collaborative online wireframing. The app is incredibly easy to use. If you can use Microsoft Office, you can use Balsamiq. You won't believe how fast you can whip up screens and web pages. We compete with pencil and paper, and we win. We keep things at low fidelity so people don't get hung up on details too early in the process, and they don't confuse your wireframes for the final design. We've been working on wireframing tools for 10 years now, so we know which features you need and which you don't. Plans start at $9 a month with unlimited users. Give us a try for free at balsamiq.cloud and see for yourself. Any questions? Ask away. We're good people and we care.
Somewhere past the edge of convention,
beyond the boundaries of tomorrow,
lies a special kind of impossible.
A kind of impossible
where pioneers forge ahead.
Where no idea is too bold.
And no challenge too great.
Because making a 200-ton airplane disappear is impossible.
Until it's not.
Predicting cyber attacks before they happen is impossible.
Until it's not.
And solving the mysteries of the universe is impossible.
Until it's not. It's our job to break free from what is
to what could be.
Ready to leave the boundaries of what's known?
To define possible.
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 build a house before making plans for it, then you shouldn't build a website, an app, or a piece of software without wireframing its key pages and screens. Business owners, product managers, designers, and programmers all use Balsamiq to clarify, iterate, and communicate their user interface ideas. A simple but invaluable step which saves you from feature creep and from wasting a bunch of time and money coding the wrong thing. Balsamiq is the industry-leading solution for fast, approachable, collaborative online wireframing. The app is incredibly easy to use. If you can use Microsoft Office, you can use Balsamiq. You won't believe how fast you can whip up screens and web pages. We compete with pencil and paper, and we win. We keep things at low fidelity so people don't get hung up on details too early in the process, and they don't confuse your wireframes for the final design. We've been working on wireframing tools for 10 years now, so we know which features you need and which you don't. Plans start at $9 a month with unlimited users. Give us a try for free at balsamiq.cloud and see for yourself. Any questions? Ask away. We're good people and we care.
Somewhere past the edge of convention.
Beyond the boundaries of tomorrow.
Lies a special kind of impossible.
A kind of impossible.
Where pioneers forge ahead.
Where no idea is too bold.
And no challenge too great.
Because making a 200-ton airplane disappear is impossible.
Until it's not.
Predicting cyber attacks before they happen is impossible.
Until it's not.
And solving the mysteries of the universe is impossible.
Until it's not. It's our job to break free from what is.
To what could be.
Ready?
To leave the boundaries of what's known.
To define possible.
To define possible.
Define possible.
To define
To
possible.
define possible.
To define possible.
Good morning, people of LA. It is amazing to have all of you here. Welcome, everyone, to exploretech.la 2021. So excited to have you all here. If I can get some engagement in the socio chat, please just type hello, just so I know that there are people watching and that the thing is working. Great to see all of you here. Great to have you. We are so pumped to have all of you joining us for a weekend filled with interactive and exciting activities. Our team has been hard at work for the past year preparing everything all y'all are going to experience this weekend, and we know you're going to absolutely love it. Oh, I'm seeing a bunch of hello in the chats. Hello, humans. Good to see everyone. Love to see it. Great to have everyone here. Good morning. Bright and early, 10 a.m. on a Saturday. Love to see it. All right. Let's get down into it. There's a lot of stuff to cover. We got a 30-minute amazing opening ceremony planned for all of y'all, and I just want to jump right into it. So let's go ahead and get started. So welcome everybody again to exploretech.la. Now that all the initial excitement is out of the way, I'd like to welcome you to our opening ceremony. And before we move on, allow me to actually introduce myself. So my name is Jack Gardner, and I am the current executive director of exploretech.la. I am a third-year undergraduate at UCLA and am currently studying computer science and engineering. Having been a part of this organization for about 3 years now, I am very excited for what we have to bring for you all this year. So let's dive right in, shall we? But first off, I do want to take a moment to thank all of our amazing sponsors who have helped bring this together virtually this year. A huge thank you first to our one and only silver sponsor, Balsamiq, a company that's dedicated to providing tools that help teach UI design to non-designers to help them build up their company. So designing things, creating cool online websites and apps. Next, thank you to Northrop Grumman for being a bronze sponsor this year and also donating some nifty webcam covers that were in your guys' exploretech boxes if you received one of them. Thank you to Yubico for also being a bronze sponsor this year and donating YubiKeys that many of our early registration folk received in their boxes. Some amazing two-factor authentication devices that you guys can look up in the sponsors section of this platform to learn a little bit more about. Really cool technology. Thank you as well to the Walt Disney Company for being our final bronze sponsor this year. Very exciting to have such a big name attached to our event, and very excited to have a guest speaker coming directly from the Walt Disney Company this year. Now, just to quickly move on to our in-kind sponsors. I would like to thank both Cloud Girls and Capcom. Cloud Girls donated dozens of copies of the book How to Be a Woman in Technology, which is an amazing read. This was included in all of our exploretech boxes this year. So if you got an exploretech box, that is the thing holding it down. That is the giant weight that is inside of it. So go ahead and give that a read. Very excited for all of you to have access to that book. And Capcom donated multiple game codes from some of their unforgettable video game classics such as Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trilogy and Street Fighter V Champion Edition. So very excited to have those pop up for some of our raffles this year, but we'll get to those a little later in the opening ceremony. And now a huge thank you to our first school sponsor, the UCLA Samueli School of Engineering, for supporting us as a student organization over these past 4 years in our endeavors to bring STEM to all residents of LA County, especially underserved high schoolers. And now the largest thank you ever to our next school sponsor, the UCLA Computer Science Department, who has worked with us closely every single year to bring the best possible kind of event to all of our attendees, including you guys this year. And lastly, I want to thank all of our community partners, including Girls Who Code, who sent some amazing buttons, stickers, and magnets for our exploretech boxes, as well as DIY Girls for hosting the amazing Bot Buddy workshop happening during sessions 1 and 2 today. If you guys have been paying attention to emails, I'm very excited for those of you who get a chance to attend that today. If you or anyone else watching the stream would like to read a little bit more about our sponsors and what they are doing, please check out the sponsors tab in the feature column on the left-hand side on Socio to learn a little bit more and access some different websites with a little more information. Now, moving on from our sponsors, I would like to introduce you guys all to our opening ceremony guest speaker. His name is Mr. Alfredo Ayala. He is the current executive of research and development Imagineer at Walt Disney Imagineering Research and Development. If you have ever wondered about the magic that happens behind the scenes at Disneyland or other Disney parks across the globe, this is the man. He is the master magician behind all of this. So, without further ado, I would like to hand it off to Mr. Alfredo Ayala. Alfredo, are you there?
Hi, Jack.
Whoa, hi. What an entrance. Great to see you, Alfredo.
Thank you.
Awesome. Well, that's so exciting. Wow, that was such an entrance. Quite the Disney magic. I'm very excited to have you here as a speaker, and feel free to take it away.
Thank you very much. And I'm so excited to be here and speaking to you all. I think this is such an important thing, and that you all are taking time and effort to attend this conference, this wonderful conference, and we're excited about it. So let me tell you a little bit of what we do. And I think the best way to do that is just show you what we do.
When we dream up new ideas for Disneyland, they first take shape and form in preliminary studies. These scale models and drawings and blueprints. These are the things that dreams are made of.
Will you marry me? So hello, everyone. So I hope this gave you a preview of what we do and an insights of what we do at Walt Disney Imagineering. And as Jack said, we create the magic, and it's really, it's a whole team of 100 different disciplines required to bring things that you just saw come to life and bring it to our guests. And it's really about, creating magical moments and really connecting with our guests. And that's, that's what Walt Disney Imagineering is delivering for the Disney company. So yes, my name is Alfredo Ayala. I work for Walt Disney Imagineering in the Research and Development Department. I've been there for 27 years. I started as an intern. And so, and I want to talk to you a little bit about, my story of how did I end up in such a wonderful, magical place that allows us to, explore, to work with what we're passionate about, and really add value, and all the products that we produce at Walt Disney, how we touch things in a special way that ends up, where billions of people end up experiencing what we all work on. And so I want to share with you all my journey to Walt Disney Imagineering. And it starts with, I started at a very young age. That's me, my mother. And the objective is, from there, how do you get to Walt Disney Imagineering? And I'm going to tell you the insides, the in between of that. My parents are both immigrated from Mexico, and my father immigrated to the United States because he was looking for work on making custom saddles and designing saddles. In Mexico, he was very talented artisan, and so a company invited him over to work in the United States to design and build custom saddles. My father, at a very young age with us, taught us the art of designing and building saddles. That was my very first learning about art. Was my first passion. I saw my father doing it, and it's something that really interests me. But when I was growing up, my mother used to take us also to the library, and she did something very special. You know, the library would sell books for 1 penny. The ones they were getting, trying to get people who went to the library to buy them so they could put new books in there. And so my mother gave me 1 penny, and she said, "Find what you like." And in the she was telling me, "Find my passion." And so I went there with 1 penny into the stack of books, and I came out with a book on atomic physics, nuclear physics. And it just amazed me when I opened that book and I saw the equations and the science. I had the science bug within me. And so, I was stuck between art and science there. I had to, I loved what my father did, but I also loved science. And so, my father supported me, and he bought me a chemistry set, and that started things, and it really started things where things would explode in the house. and what was interesting was that eventually I ran out of chemicals with my chemistry set, and so I went to the local university to borrow chemicals without them knowing. And so that in itself, my passion of it, I was doing experiments at home. There was one day that I invited my friends over to the chemistry where I was getting my chemicals, and I was about 13 years old around that time, 13 years old. And we got busted taking the chemicals. And of course, I met the professor there. He's the one I ran up to, where everyone ran away. And he took me into his office and called my parents. And I told them, that chemistry was my passion, and I like doing chemistry. I love doing science. That was the thing. I love exploring. I was inquisitive, and so that professor, instead of calling the police, ended up becoming my mentor, and that mentor then became my professor, which then became my research professor, which now he's like my second father. And you never know the people you meet, but it's really interesting that he's the one who got me started on my journey to Imagineering. And I'll say my father did too, when I learned art at a very young age. But the science, he taught me the fundamentals, the math, and not only that, but how do you express it, and how do you communicate with it? He's such an amazing person, Dr. Carlos Gutierrez, and he really made me appreciate both the science, and at the same time, he was also teaching me how to communicate with science. So that in itself, once I applied to Imagineering, which I saw, he wrote my letter of recommendation. And instead of putting together the imaginations, oh, you can't hear me. Can you hear me, Jack?
Yeah, I can
Jack?
hear you. I can hear you.
Oh yeah, okay. Okay. Oh no, I just saw the chat. That's why.
Okay.
So the message I'm trying to say is that one, you have to follow your passion, and secondly, the things you're learning right now from high school and in college, when you get into college, is such an important thing to learn the fundamentals as you're learning about technology and computers. You never know what life would bring and take you to. And so my journey was, I became a chemist. That was what I studied. I studied chemistry and electronic engineering. Those were my two majors when I entered college. And now I'm doing machine learning, artificial intelligence, and animation, and with robotics and with characters. And the important thing to learn is that what allows me to expand and do what my passion drives to is that at school I learned to learn, and that's one of the biggest gifts that you have, is the ability to take information and learn. And so you could follow your passion and grow it, because you never know where life is going to take you. 27 years later, starting out as a chemist at Disney, and now end up doing animation and working with artificial intelligence and machine learning. Never, those careers didn't even exist yet. The machine learning and artificial intelligence when I started at Disney, and now they exist. And so you're always in a learning mode. And the thing is, always practice what you're passionate about, because no one is born with supreme talent. You have to practice, and it's fun if you love it. It's fun if you love it. And that's what makes you grow, and that's what makes you expand, and follow your passion. You know what's best for you, and don't worry about, am I going to be making enough money or not? Money will come. People will pay for you if you're doing what you love and you do it well. And so I'm excited that you're all taking time to do this, because under these conditions with the pandemic going on, it's tough. It is tough. And you know what? You're doing it by being here. So how much time do I have?
You have a couple more minutes left, but you can kind of fill it with however you'd like. Probably about 2 more minutes.
So this is the other thing I want to just let you know is that the people you meet through your life, and when someone says something that changes your life, or you say something, you have that power of also enlightening people, your friends, encouraging, and because it's such an important thing that we support each other, and that's one of the things that I love about Disney, is that the community of people, again, 140 or 100 disciplines just to create something. And so really, choose your passion and just go after it. Don't let anybody tell you that it's not right for you. You decide that. And I think,
Ooh, that's the clock. Hold on a sec. Gosh, would you look at the time? I gotta get over to Minnie's house. She wants to paint my portrait to hang in the suite. She says it's gonna be a real masterpiece. Ooh, masterpiece. Well, Miska Muska, have no fear. It's time for me to disappear. So long for now.
With that, I want to give a special thanks to Jack for really inviting me to be part of this, and really, just show you a little bit of what we do. and some of the magic. And as you can see, we saw Tinkerbell come in, or Mickey here come in. It's really things that I actually learned at Disney. And just one of the things is, when you go look for these things, companies that you're going to be future workers working with, look at companies that really inspire you to learn and expand.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Alfredo. It's been amazing having you. I know you're a very busy man, so thank you for taking time out of your day to talk to all of our amazing attendees. I loved everything you said, and I love that you were able to grab Mickey Mouse for a little bit. I know he has a very busy schedule as well.
Well, thank you, Jeff. I really appreciate, being here, and I wish I could see everyone, and really feel like the energy coming through. I think Exploretech is a wonderful program, and again, it's that opportunity, and please take advantage of these things, because these are the things that really help you move ahead.
Awesome. You're getting a bunch of thank yous in the chat. Everyone's excited that you've been here. Thank you so much, Alfredo.
All right. Well, I'm going to call Tinker, and I have to go and see Mickey too. So everyone, take care, take care of each other, and really, hit those books hard, hit that technology hard, explore, play, make mistakes, because that's how you learn. And the more mistakes you make, the more you learn. I've made a lot of mistakes, and that's how I learned. And so please, don't be shy, just go after it. All right. So Tinker, can you take me? There you go.
Oh, and just like that, he's gone. Wow. Thank you so much again, Alfredo, for coming out. It was amazing having you here. But now it is time to get back to the presentation. We have an event to get to, and we have some lovely things for all you guys to see. So back to the presentation. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you'd like to learn a little bit more about Alfredo, feel free to go to the speaker section on the Socio platform, where you'll be able to see a bunch of cool things that he has done and maybe check out a little more about him. All right, let's get back into it. So, a couple things that all of you should know before jumping into our event. First off, here are some quick tips on how to navigate the Socio virtual event platform. So, congratulations on all of you guys who are already in the chat right now who've gotten this far. You've done basically the hardest step, which is logging into the platform. All the rest of it should be very intuitive for all of you. But just in case, I'd like to go over a couple things. Number one, the agenda is your best friend. All activities and their associated Zoom links are all located in one organized place, which is the agenda. You can even select certain activities and have those appear in your own personal agenda without any extra clutter throughout the day. In each agenda item, there is a link to the workshop associated with it, and that contains any website links or downloadable resources that you may need for the activity. So feel free to please check those out before you actually join a workshop, just in case you may need some stuff beforehand. In the additional tabs, you can also check out our program, our guest speakers, and our sponsors if you want a little more information about those. Number two, if you ever get lost, feel free to go to the Overview tab and click on the link for Socio Navigation Guide to read more about the Socio platform and what we've included in it. This will help you navigate the platform a little more, check out what each of the tabs means if you're not entirely sure about what it is about. And lastly, number three, if you are completely lost and have no idea what's happening, feel free to click on the Support Zoom link. It is at the bottom left of that feature column, which will take you to a Zoom call in which you can ask an exploretech.la staff member whatever question you may have. I believe a link is going to be sent in the chat. In case that you can't find the link on the left-hand side, there should be a Zoom link there. If not, feel free to look on the left-hand side of the actual social event platform for the Zoom help link. Now, item number 2, raffle points. Everyone loves free stuff, and we thought, why not give all of you the opportunity to win some free stuff while you're learning about STEM? Throughout this weekend, you'll be able to earn points towards our mini raffles by participating and being engaged in our workshops, panels, and College Buddy chat. Things like answering a question, starting a discussion, participating in an activity, or completing a given task can all earn you points. We will be conducting a total of 3 different raffle competitions throughout this weekend, all of which are based around the points you earn. At the end of the day, we'll be holding a raffle based on the amount of points each of you has earned on that specific day, with each point counting as an entry into the raffle. But then, at the end of the second day, we will be awarding a 4th generation Amazon Echo Dot to whoever has the most points for the entire event duration, along with maybe some other prizes. We'll maybe reveal those later. So make sure you are staying active all weekend and taking full advantage of everything you can do during our activities. Not just for the points, of course. We really want you guys to learn something this weekend, and we have a lot of content prepared for you. Now, there is one more way that you can earn some additional points, and that is through the social media challenge. So most of you should have received one of these amazing exploretech boxes for our event. To complete this challenge, you have to post a picture of you holding your exploretech box on Instagram and submit it via the Google form linked in the event day guide that you received. I believe a link may be sent in the chat. If not, you can find it in your event day guide. Note, this is a change. You must submit a picture of your submission on Instagram as well as actually posting. That way we know who you are and we can associate the post to you. In addition, you must include the hashtags hashtag exploretech.la and hashtag exploretechbox in your post, or else we might not be able to find it. Now, if you unfortunately were not able to receive a box, no worries. Instead, what you can do is take a picture of yourselves interacting with the event or something you made during the event and post that on Instagram, captioning it the same way to enter the challenge and submitting it via the Google form. Again, you must create a post on Instagram and submit the screenshot in order to be counted for the challenge. Make sure you do your post as soon as possible because this challenge will close at 12 p.m. Sunday, April 11th. So that is tomorrow at noon. This challenge will close and you can't get those points anymore. Now, let's jump into the day of schedule. So, we are almost done with the opening ceremony. We've got about 3 minutes. We're about to jump into session number 1. For the next hour, you guys are going to be engaged in your first activity of the event. After that, you'll have about a quick 10-minute break to stretch your legs and look away from your computer or device. Then comes the College Buddy chat. Each one of you has been assigned to a specific College Buddy chat group that you will be with for both sessions this weekend. Like all other activities, the Zoom link for these sessions will be listed under College Buddy chat number, whatever number you were assigned, or for the day number, and then your group number. So when the time comes, head on over to the agenda to find that Zoom link. After that, you're going to have another quick 10-minute break, and then session number 2 of activities will begin. Then finally, once you are finished with session 2, please return promptly to the main stage right here by 1:20 p.m. where we will be wrapping up day 1 and announcing our first few raffle winners. So make sure you grab up those points this weekend, everybody. Now, lastly, last note before I'm going to send you guys off on your way. Capacity limits. So, in case you all weren't aware, there is a ton of you and not a ton of us. So, while we tried to expand each activity as far as possible, we will be imposing certain capacity limits on each workshop to maintain an even spread of all of you guys across all of the activities. So, if you enter a workshop or panel and you wind up in a Zoom waiting room, that probably means that workshop is nearing capacity. Feel free to wait in that waiting room a little bit, but if you end up not being accepted, try to go to a different activity. If we hit capacity at one of our activities, we will most likely send it in the announcements tab within the Socio platform. Now, I hope you have all been building up your excitement whilst exploring the event platform this morning and checking out all of the different things you'll get to do this weekend, because it's about time we get started, yeah? Alrighty then, you all are free to leave the main stage and join one of the Session 1 activities. As a refresher, the current ones happening for Session 1 are Coding 101, the DIY Girls Bot Buddy, but that is only if you received the Bot Buddy materials in your exploretech box. Then we also have our AI Adventures workshop, and our Representation and CS panel, and our Operating Systems workshop. So please, go over to the agenda, grab those Zoom links, jump in, and I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of this weekend. I will see you back here at 1:20. Thank you, and have fun, everyone.
house before making plans for it, then you shouldn't build a website, an app, or a piece of software without wireframing its key pages and screens. Business owners, product managers, designers, and programmers all use Balsamiq to clarify, iterate, and communicate their user interface ideas. A simple but invaluable step which saves you from feature creep and from wasting a bunch of time and money coding the wrong thing. Balsamiq is the industry-leading solution for fast, approachable, collaborative online wireframing. The app is incredibly easy to use. If you can use Microsoft Office, you can use Balsamiq. You won't believe how fast you can whip up screens and web pages. We compete with pencil and paper, and we win. We keep things at low fidelity so people don't get hung up on details too early in the process, and they don't confuse your wireframes for the final design. We've been working on wireframing tools for 10 years now, so we know which features you need and which you don't. Plans start at $9 a month with unlimited users. Give us a try for free at balsamiq.cloud and see for yourself. Any questions? Ask away. We're good people and we care.